Okay, game 3 here. I am up 2-0. We do have to play all 6 games due to the way this tournament works to make sure the ratings adjust accordingly after each match, because it's a match that it's a function of both the expected value and the uncertainty of your rating. A lot of non-kingdom cards going on here. So transport, if there's something really good to transport, you can get a transport early, and that's really nice. You can also transport on your hermit turn to exchange your hermit for a madman. Tax sometimes is better for the second player because they can buy whatever I don't tax. One thing I'll note is that, yeah, hermit kind of plays well with that as well because you can gain the 3 cost and then turn it into a madman when you didn't want to buy anything on that turn, even if you had like 3 or 4. But I think you just kind of open Masquerade here, and along with the Masquerade, I think I'm going to get a hermit. You can lurker hermits to get them back out of the trash to generate infinite madman, which seems nice. I'm going to get a hermit here. So hopefully I don't draw my hermit dead. 28% chance to do so. That was nice. So I've got 5 here. I think I'm going to go ahead and start in on the villages. That's one way to get draw villages plus masquerades. There isn't like great stuff. I'm sort of talking about what I'm doing right away. I don't really have much of a plan in this kingdom, which I probably should have a plan. I will definitely receive that now. That's a nice card to have. I'm past the estate. We'll see. They bought a blessed village. Okay, so I can play this. Trash an estate, gain another hermit, pay off a debt. So I didn't have the 3 to use the transport. I can consider taxing something. I don't really see anything that I want to tax that doesn't hurt us both equally. So I'm just going to end buys there. I probably want to get a pawn so that I can get a plus buy on the madman turn. There's not much in terms of payload. You can get some stuff in the trash, play some stuff with Necromancer. You can potentially dismantle stuff with the gold. Doesn't seem super great. Probably the best thing you're getting is you've got cartographers to do some sifting, and then maybe get a province or something along the way. I'm going to gain 1 pawn for the plus buy, and then go for golds. Because you want to keep drawing throughout the game, you continue to get thinner as the game progresses with Masquerade. Eventually you're going to reach a point where you don't have anything left that you're willing to Masquerade. And you're slightly annoyed if you get to that point before your opponent does, but you've got a nice deck at that point, so it's not a big deal. Trash that. Here I can consider I have a hermit left in the deck, so I guess I'm just going to do coin buy and buy a cartographer and tax the gold. Because I have the extra money, the gold already, I can fairly comfortably tax the gold, I think. I don't actually think I have anything left in my deck which I can trash with the hermit. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. But I can play it and gain... I will gain 1 more hermit, because I guess I'm just going to keep gaining hermits as long as there are madmen. And I'm going to transport a cartographer now. And I'm happy to do that every time, to get the madman, to give me nice turns. And then at some point, when the cartographers, at some point I'll hit 5 and want to buy the cartographers, or, they'll get low and I'll feel an urgent need to. They don't have a gold yet, so I'm able to generate money faster than them. They do have 2 hermits still, so they didn't end up trashing one of their hermits earlier. And here they'll just take 2 madmen, it looks like. Yep. Okay. I do want to play the Masquerade, so I'm just gonna discard all my good stuff and play the Masquerade. Tax does not give you plus buy, so at this point I will just get to buy the one Cartographer and discard the other from exile. The next thing you can do with Cartographer is make sure there's a 0, 1, or 2 cost on top of your decks that can be drawn with Will-O-Wisp. So I'll make sure that happens here. Madman actually is 0 cost. Yeah, it's nice. If you swindle a Madman, it turns into a curse for your opponent, which is no fun. They've blown up both their Madmans this turn. It's a very nice card, but you can only use it once. And neither of us have bought Lurkers yet. Maybe once the Hermit pile is empty, you'll buy a Lurker so you can steal stuff. I mean, I guess you can buy a Lurker to steal Zombie Spy or Zombie Mason or something. I didn't really consider that. It doesn't seem to be that good here. You know, we have plenty of ways to trash with Masquerade and draw with... Well, there's not really any good ways to draw, but none of the zombies seem that good at drawing. They played Dismantle to get a... Okay, they got a Dismantle so that they could get golds, which seems reasonable. Why did they gain a curse? Why did they gain a curse? Am I missing something? Are they trying to... The curse pile's not going to run. They gained a curse because Dismantle would normally make you gain a copper. And instead they gained a curse. Okay. Okay, I'm on board with that. I don't really have things that I want to dismantle. I guess I can dismantle. I guess I can dismantle a Hermit or a Pawn or something. I don't. I can gain them with Hermits and then dismantle them. Okay, I want to discard 1 copper and do that. So if I play Will-O-Wisp, I draw the copper. Play that to draw that. Pass a copper. I assume get a copper back and trash it. This may mean they don't have a copper in their hand. Yeah, that's unfortunate for them. So I can draw... I don't want to play the Madman this turn. I was able to draw nice enough without it. I'm going to draw cards. Well, I'm going to draw cards next turn with... Okay, well I can play Blessed Village. Play Hermit to gain Pawn. Play the Cartographer. Discard. I can actually top deck the Madman for next turn, which I will... I top deck a Madman and a copper next turn, which seems fine. So action coin, and then card buy. That's 8. That's 7. Oops. So do I want to go in on this dismantle thing to gain golds? It didn't quite seem like it was getting me to where I want it to be. I do need to get like 1 more gold to efficiently... I can dismantle gold into Cartographer gold, but I need to get... I'm not really sure. Not really sure how I'm getting the provinces here. I need to get 1 more gold. 2 more golds, which means I need to get another dismantle. Need to get a dismantle. Need to get some more of those. So the reason I did the top deck copper Madman, so I definitely have a copper to pass, and I can play the Madman at the beginning of the turn if need be. They still have a bunch of coppers, it seems. Yes, they're able to dismantle that into Blessed Village gold, and they're gaining a boon, which is a silver, which is nice. They can dismantle the silver now into Pawn, and it's a nice boon. The Earth's Gift is probably the best, which is the discard 2 treasures. If you look at the boons, this is probably the nicest one in this kingdom. Often the Forest's Gift is really nice. Depending on the situation, you take this one. Sometimes, you know, obviously these are just sort of fine. You'll take those. Especially this one, the Sea's Gift is not that good during your buy phase when you can't use it. And the Wind's Gift can be a curse depending on if you've drawn your whole deck and then you get the Wind's Gift. You have to discard 2 cards in your hand and you don't get to draw. They do have a second Masquerade. I didn't really pay attention to that. Obviously, I passed them a copper. They passed me a copper. So we're just going to pass coppers back and forth. And they can trash 2. And then I'll trash 1 in my turn. I already was the benefit of them not having a copper in hand. So I'll play the Madman first. Play the Cartographer. I'm probably going to want to play all of these at some point. Probably the last card I play in the turn will be the Hermit. So I can sort of wait for that. So what do I want to draw? I want to draw the Mask next and play that. Pass a copper, trash a copper. Okay. Play the Cartographer. That's perfectly fine. That. So dismantle a pawn to, again, curse and gold. Play the Blessed Village. Play the Hermit to trash the curse. Gain a pawn? Pawns are kind of innocuous. I could also consider gaining a Lurker. The Hermits aren't doing that much for me, so... that seems fine. I've got 10 here. I have a... yeah, so I'm going to do coin buy. Play 10. So we're nearing the point where we want to start greening. I'm a little confused as to why they put that there early in the game. My deck is going to be somewhat better because I have all these Cartographers. They've got an extra dismantle and an extra Masquerade. I'm not sure what that's doing. They still have a Madman. I still have a Hermit. Let's buy Blessed Village. I will receive now. Buy the 2 Cartographers. I should be nearing the point where I have... well, that turn I had a Madman in play, so I'm not going to be able to draw my deck every turn, but I'm going to be able to filter with the Cartographer to get rid of things that don't draw me cards. Mostly coppers, hopefully. And try to do some tricks where I dismantle. You know, I could dismantle a Cartographer into a village and a gold, and then potentially draw that back up. I can also try to use the Cartographer near the end of the turn to seed. So I have a copper at the beginning of every hand, but that doesn't, like, I think I'd rather have a random card and then have to give a pawn or a Hermit or something, a village, than have a copper, which is kind of useless to me. But I kind of know they're going to play Masquerade twice every turn, so maybe guaranteeing top decking a copper is fine. That's really kind of questionable. Yeah, so they've dismantled silver into golden pawn, so they're up. They've gained 2 golds this turn, so they've got 2 more golds than I have. And they have pawns, so they can start buying provinces here. I'm happy to let them buy the first province. I feel like the Cartographers give me a little bit of deck control advantage. So they just gained another Madman there. Definitely don't want that stuff. So card action, draw. I'm kind of fine with all of this in the order that it is. I want that to be the order, actually. None of these cost 4. So I have no way to make the Will-O-Wisp draw nicely. I want to draw the Blessed Village now. Play the Masquerade. Shoot that their way, see what they give me. They gave me a Masquerade. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to discard any of these. But I will play a Masquerade and give them the copper. And that is the... They've got a couple coppers still. Play a Blessed Village. Okay, so I can dismantle something into something. Question is, do I want a plus buy this turn, or am I happy? Probably they've got a Blessed Village in exile. Okay, so I'm going to dismantle the pawn into curse gold. Play the Hermit to trash the curse. Gain a pawn back. With one buy. I'm going to gain a Blessed Village. I'll receive that next turn. So they've still got an extra gold. They've got extra pawns. They've got a madman. They seem to be in pretty good position, actually. I still think they have a higher chance of dudding than me. They have a lot of golds. 2 dismantles. If they don't find their madman near the top of their deck, they have more stop cards than I do. Oh, there's actually two gold in the trash, so they only have... Oh. And I have 3 golds, so they've only got 2 golds. 2 coppers. Yeah, so this is the unlucky thing happened. Next turn, they're definitely going to have a big turn. I still don't want to take the... I still don't want to take the province first. I will not trash anything. I don't even know if I have anything in my deck that the Will-O-Wisp can draw. And I don't know what I would pass if I were to pass them something with Masquerade. I guess I would pass them a Masquerade. Okay, I have a pawn. Okay. So, I won't discard anything. So, the pawn can be drawn with the Will-O-Wisp to increase my hand size. I'm going to not discard. I'm going to play the mask and give them a mask. I could also consider trashing the mask. Piles are quite low, actually. 4 pawns. Hermit, Blessed Village. Okay, that's a very nice start to a next turn. I can always pass like a pawn or something. So I think I'm going to play Hermit. Well, what was in the top? Blessed Village. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to play Hermit. How many gains do I have here? I can gain a pawn. I can buy 2 things. I can dismantle. So Hermit has 1 gain. Dismantle has 1 gain. Pawn has an extra buy. So I have 4 total gains. So I can't actually win here. And I think I have to score because they are... I think I have to score because they have a little bit more gain power than I do. I will gain... I really want to gain a pawn here and lower the piles that much. So they've got the same thing as me. They've got 2 pawns, a Hermit. They can Hermit a Hermit. Hermit 2 pawns. It seems really dangerous if I were to do that. I don't think I can actually gain a pawn here because they have a hermit gain. So hermit is 1 gain. 2 pawns gives them two more buys though, and they've only got 2 golds. They've got 2 dismantles, so that gives them a whole bunch of gains. I could have dismantled a gold here and considered that. I guess I'm just gonna gain a mask, which is weird for. Weirdly, I don't have enough actions, but this will be coin buy. And can I gain 1 pawn? That doesn't even seem safe here. So I guess I won't. I will not trash. I will gain a cellar as just a card I can gain, and then get the province. The issue is they've got this madman down in the bottom part of their deck. They're essentially guaranteed to have it here. If not, they have Blessed Villages in hand. So they're going to draw tons of cards. They're going to be able to do gain and play tricks with Dismantle and Hermit and stuff. So I have to put myself ahead in VP because it seems very easy for them to empty out pawns. And yeah, I'll happily pass the cellar, which they could potentially use, but doesn't seem much better than pawn. And actually, they've got the Madman in hand here, so they're going to draw a deck anyways, so the cellar doesn't seem to help. I assume they're going through the same math that I went through last turn. For example, you dismantle a gold into a hermit, and then you hermit a pawn, and then you hermit a pawn, and then you draw those up, and you do, action buy, and you have 8, and you buy Blessed Village, pawn. If you need 9 with the debt token there on pawn, but the principle, I think, is similar. And they've got 2 dismantles. They could actually dismantle gold into Blessed Village, gold into hermit, and then they've got another and then they got 2 hermits, so they could hermit pawn. They may have a 3rd hermit then still, right? No, they've got 2 hermits. They can hermit pawn, and then they can, if they can draw everything, which they can because they had the madman, they can pawn for coin buy. And how many pawns did I figure that they had? They have 2 pawns. So coin buy. They dismantled 2 things into thing. So they might have another golds. They might get to. They still, in theory, have 1 copper. So getting to like 9 money with golds, 1 copper, coin buy with pawn, 13 money is not impossible, which would be province pawn for the win. Actually, no, but they would need 1 extra estate with that line. And so, which is, I think, definitely more than they can do. And a tie for them is not good at this point, as I said. But right before the match started, I found out the exact parameters, and a tie for them is bad because I can definitely take a tie strategically, because that just means I need to win 1 of 3 remaining games. They really need to go for the win if they can. The fact that they gained the Blessed Village, and then they got Earth's Gift for the Hermit. Earth's Gift, very nice there. It's possible that we haven't seen Earth's Gift yet this game, and they knew that it was coming. That is a level of advanced play that is beyond my considering, as this is an evening match for me. But I'm interested to see still. No, they gained. Yes, they gained. They trashed a gold to gain a gold. They trashed a masquerade to gain a gold. So they still. And they gain the Blessed Village. They have 1 more action. If they have it, it's going to be really close. It's going to be like to the coin that they have it, I think. I still have 3 golds. There's 3 in the trash, so they now have 4 golds. No, I have 4 golds. They have 3 golds. They have 9. They have 1 copper. That's 10. They need at least 12 for province estate. So if they get pawn here, if they can draw it, and they can draw it, they have the cellar. I'm not sure if that helps. They might have to play one for an action. I think giving them the pawn does the same thing. I'm not sure if they discarded 3 treasures or what they did. So card action there is good for me. But they had to do card action. That means it's going to be tough for them to finish this out. So they still have a hermit in there. 3 golds. Ouch. Whew. Good game. Okay.